Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. Today is going to be a catch-up video, but also I want to share with you kind of my strategy for the days where I just can't seem to pull it together, but I want to look somewhat pulled together. So if that sounds good to you, I hope you'll stick around, hang out. Let's dive right in. Hi friends. So I'm coming to you on this kind of rare occasion where I've already done all of my skin prep. So I have my skincare and my sunscreen on, and I basically needed to sit down and film and talk to you because this is not the video you're probably expecting to see today. I am working on the Nordstrom sale video. It will be going up probably this Friday. Today's Tuesday. You're going to be seeing this Wednesday. And we'll get into why. But first, let us discuss what we're doing here today. I have a break for lunch right now. I've got to hurry and put on a face of makeup, get back to meetings, and then I need to run a few errands for Cuddle Clutch after work. It's going to be a long day, and I have this cute little box that I actually got from the Target dollar spot. Always gets me. It has a cute little handle. It has a mirror that detaches and has a little stand, but the stand can also slide into the back of this side, so it ends up being like a cute little moment where you can get ready. The reason I have this pulled together and why my upload schedule has just been crazy is because my health is just, I'm really going through it. You guys know that I like to be very busy. I have a lot going on. I have a very demanding 9 to 5. I love YouTube. I treat it as a job. And then I also am working as a designer for a friend's startup company. So I'm packed. And on top of that, I decided that it was officially time to reignite my health journey, meaning I'm back to seeing professionals and doctors in all different categories because I want to get my health back on track. I took some time off of it. I complained a little bit. I tried to do it on my own. I just couldn't. I gave in, and now I'm seeking the professional help that I need, which is great, but it adds to my obligations pile. And so I've been feeling very overwhelmed, and on top of that, my health has just it's been really difficult to deal with. Right now, the most difficult thing to deal with is allergies, and these wildfires they're really putting me through it this year. I'm usually ready to go at this point in the year. My allergies have died down. I'm a very spring and fall allergy person, so I look forward to the summer because it's when, the weather is nice enough, I can get outside, but my allergies don't kill me. I could not pull myself together this past weekend, and lo and behold, our air quality was like 150, I think. So I'm just going through the ringer this summer. I can't believe how inconsistent I've been with uploads because the first year of my channel I was cranking them out, and it kills me deep inside because I have so many cool ideas. There's going to be some really cool videos, I think, as soon as I can kind of get through this situation of just wanting to sleep and not being able to breathe. So basically, today I wanted to share with you one of the strategies I've come up with for days like today, yesterday, all of the above. I want to look a little pulled together, but I'm not going to sit down and get into flow state with my makeup. I want it to be as quick as possible. So what I have done is I have shopped my stash, which we are going to start doing here on my channel for this situation, and also just for the makeup I want to focus on in a given time frame. So in here is stuff that I don't reach for necessarily for glam days. It's stuff that I reach for that I can keep in my bathroom that I pull out on days like today where I cannot bring myself to do a whole shebang. And because that is what's happening, I'm only using a makeup sponge. This is the ECOTOOLS Biodegradable sponge. They're my favorite. I also am much more apt to wash this very quickly at my sink when I'm done than I am to keep on top of all of the brushes that I have. So we're only going to be using a sponge today. And for my base, I keep a couple of things in here. So the base that I really like to do on a day where it's absolutely no fuss is the Rose Inc Skin Enhanced Luminous Tinted Serum. And I wasn't getting a lot of use out of this because I was keeping it with all of my glam makeup. And when I'm doing glam, I'm not really using this. So this is staying in my bathroom from now on. Then I threw Merit in here. This is one of the quickest foundations for definitely a more finished look. So I love having this around to grab. I pack this on trips. You've seen it in my car makeup video. It's just an absolute delight to use. And again, I'm not reaching for this on days where I sit down and get into flow state makeup. So why would I keep it kind of here with my glam stuff? I'm keeping it with the other things that are quick. And then lastly, I wanted to have a concealer. I pulled in the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer from Charlotte Tilbury that I had a sample of. This is the shade 1 Fair. This is dry on my skin, and I might continue to try to make it work, but I wasn't impressed with this when it first came out. The hype died down very quickly, if you noticed, and again, I think Charlotte Tilbury is just overhyped, you know? And then lastly, the Prisme Libre Skin Caring Concealer. I absolutely love this, and I would wear this on glam days, but I have noticed with my Kosas concealer, I don't pick this up again when I'm coming in here to get in a flow state. I like to be super glam when I do that, so it's going to live as the concealer with this. And that said, today I'm going to go with the Rose Ink just because I'm just not in the mood for Merit, and this is helping me get a lot more use out of this, and it reminds me that I do really like this. So this is the shade 010, similar to the concealer that I wear. It's the lightest shade, and what is so cool about this is the pigment is like suspended. Can you see? There we go. And then when you start to rub it in, it really does. I should have done one side to show you. It's a very, very light coverage product, but it does really help just kind of even out my skin tone, and it is beautifully hydrating, which I've been needing lately. I'm just really going through the gigs, you know? But I do really enjoy this product. You can kind of see on my lip, it does have coverage. Like, it is going to give you a bit of coverage. It's just not like a full foundation. And it is not scented. It has kind of a weird scent to it, but just the ingredients. And a lot of people say this is a dupe for the Chanel Le Beige. Never tried it. I'm going to see if I can build up just a little bit on my cheek here to show you coverage. You can build this because it does just sink right into the skin. It's so lovely, and I'm so happy to be using it more. See, just a nice little additional coverage, nothing crazy. I'm going to add a touch more to my chin. My chin has been very red lately. But I hope you guys are doing well. I promise we're going to get back on track. I just need a little bit of patience. I'm getting some really good guidance right now. See the coverage? It kind of starts to be worked in once you kind of break down those pigments in that suspension. I'm getting the advisement that I need from medical professionals. And we're going to get this show on the road because I've just come to some great awakenings about my spending with makeup specifically and my use of makeup. And this is part of that. We're going to start using the things that we might not have reached for because object permanence, I just didn't see it, didn't think about it, you know? Then with the Givenchy concealer, I'm just going to do really under my eyes and by my nose. On days like this, I'm not really looking for like absolutely perfected skin. I might add a little bit where I've got some hyperpigmentation, but I'm not trying to completely perfect my face. I'm just trying to look a little bit more put together if I'm running errands or if I have meetings. And again, we're only using a sponge today, which is very out of the norm for me. I forget about sponges, honestly, and I'm not going to use my sponge unless it's by a water source to wet it, so it makes sense to keep this all in my bathroom. I will say the container that I have is airtight. I also have a very interestingly set up bathroom that is quite large. I'm fortunate in that. So it doesn't get too hot and steamy, but I do keep this in a drawer so it has multiple layers of protection so bacteria is not exponentially growing on my things. So there you go. Just a nice light coverage. Again, nothing too crazy. And then because I use my Westman Atelier every day, I don't want to have to keep moving it from the bathroom to my collection, because this is the room where I sit down and kind of like do a full face, even when I'm not filming. So I have a mini of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in one ferret. First of all, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. I got this as a 100-point perk. I would not pay. I think what they charge $20 or something. No, I would not. Oop. Also, this is one of the only products from Charlotte Tilbury that I was like blown away with. However, since then, the Westman Atelier, the Well People, the House Labs, and the Wet n Wild 5-in-1 powder, better than this, because I just took a little bit on my sponge, not a lot at all, because really the only thing I care to set is the creasing that I get on my eyes, especially on a day where I don't plan on wearing any makeup on my eyes. And I do not remember this being so dry feeling. It is like, it does sit on the skin very nicely, but I can feel the powder just sucking the life out of anything moisturizing that I've put down. And I just didn't remember that. So I might be, again, retiring this and the concealer. I just don't think they're for me. I might be retiring those and putting the Well People in here, because I would much rather be using that up than trying to force a product that just might not be for me, you know? Then, oh, I forgot. The only other tool I have is a powder puff, which I have been using for what I just did, but you can use your sponge too if you're really bringing it down to one product. Then for bronzer, I have two products in here. I have the Merit bronzer stick. It's just super easy. I don't have to think about it. It's like a barely there bronzer. Then along the same lines is the Natasha Denona Puff Paint. So really it's just like if I'm in the mood to draw and blend on my face, or do I want to dot and blend on my face? And today, let's dot and blend, you know? I'm just gonna do two. Take the back end of my sponge and blend it in. See, very light. Not gonna add a ton of bronzer, which if you guys have been watching closely, yes, Phytosurgence is coming out with a bronzer, and yes, we are all very excited, and yes, the colors are absolutely phenomenal, and yes, that will be in. I might need to get two so that I can keep one in this bucket and keep the other one in my full glam makeup, because I will be using that every chance that I can. But we're just adding a little bit of life back into the face, so I'm going to use what I have. And I do love these puff paints, and it's another situation where, like, yeah, I would like to get more use out of my things, and some of these are definitely for these types of days, and my current organization just wasn't serving me. So if you find yourself overwhelmed with the amount that you're not using in your collection, try to start to think about what situation you've told yourself that you need a product for. Like this product, for example, this was meant to be for days like this where I want very, very light coverage. I'm not really doing a full makeup look. If that's the case, keep it with your skincare. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a beauty room filled with drawers of makeup to where at your leisure you sit down. Most of us don't have that luxury in our life to be able to do that. So make your organization work for you. And if that's multiple buckets in multiple rooms, so be it. Okay, my husband just got home from a workout, and hopefully Frank behaves. I don't remember. Oh, make your storage situation work for you. Do not think that it needs to be a giant beauty room. For brows, because I use my Benefit Gimme Brow and my Merit every time I do my makeup. I didn't want to keep those in this bucket and again have to move them back and forth. So I have the clear Kosas brow gel for days where I just want to groom. And then the Beauty Pie Archology Eyebrow Sculpting Gel in Blonde Girl. It's not my favorite tone, but I want to use it up. So on days like today, it is a perfect candidate. I'm going to skip the clear brow gel unless I need to retidy at the end, and we're going to stick to just the Beauty Pie. I can't think. I'm telling you, I've been so tired and not even caffeine's doing it for me lately. And actually, I'm going to drag against the grain to get some of the product laid down on the hair because it just doesn't do what the Merit does, you know? It doesn't give me a finished brow with just gel. I think eventually, or maybe even today, we need to pop the Beauty Pie brow pencil in with this kit because as I've been using this kit, honestly for about 2 weeks now, I'm just not loving my brows. Even for like a no makeup day, they need help, okay? I've got some sparse areas that just really could use the extra oomph. Let's see what happens. I might let that dry and just see how I feel once the rest of the look is on. See how it's a little like patchy? I just don't get that with my Merit. I'm gonna cheat and just use a eyebrow comb. Yeah, see, I'm just not loving it. And it's not, what I'm realizing is it's not the tone of the gel, it's the tone of the pencil. Let me grab that and we'll go through that. Okay, here we are. I've got the Beauty Pie Super Brow Precision Pencil, and again, Blonde Girl. This is the really fine tip. And I was just thinking I don't have a compact with a mirror, but I do have a lid with a mirror. See how it's super patchy right here? That's what I'm trying to avoid in general because my eyebrows just are a little patchy. I was not blessed with the eyebrow gene, you know? Also heavily overplucked, so some of this is probably my fault. But I just want to add, like not even a lot. You see I'm not spending much time at all, just like filling in some of those gaps. Better already. And honestly, the tone's not bad. It's just a little warm. They're so close. Look at that. The bottom is the Benefit. The top is Beauty Pie. So the tone is about the same. I think it's just the way they apply. Yeah. Like on days like today, it's fine. I don't hate it. But I prefer the Benefit pencil and the Merit brow gel. And if I could have duplicates of everything that I wanted duplicates of, I would just have the Merit brow gel in here and that's it. Take that for what it's worth. Then for blush, I can't believe I had this much restraint, but I really only put 2 blushes in here. So I have the Puff Paint in. This was the first one that I bought, this beautiful coral shade. I don't remember. I'll pop on the screen. And then I was one of the lucky few to get the pinky brown blush that Phytosurgence ran as kind of, I think, just for fun, really. And it was limited, and I decided I needed it. So I did make an order and got that. And that's what we're going to use today because I just want something super minimal and easy. And it's gorgeous. It's the texture I love. And also, you know, I couldn't put condensate in here even though that would be my first pick because even when I do glam looks, that's my blush of choice. So I might have to get a duplicate of that if this system does work and I can use up some of these other products first. Either that or I just need to make the decision like, oh, this product doesn't work for me. You know? there's that. I'm going to add just a little bit up here because it does have enough brown in it that it looks a bit bronzery. See, we're just adding life back to the face. And I'm just going to blend out some of these harsher lines. Yeah, see, do I look perfected? No. But do I look slightly more alive and put together than if I just rolled out of bed? Absolutely, and that's what we're going for. That is indeed what we're going for. So, on a day where I was up for the task, excuse me, I did throw in 2 mascaras. One, the Thrive, because again, I want to use it up, and then also the Beauty Pie because I'm testing it. And I'll be honest with you, I cannot wear mascara today. That's another reason it's been very hard to film. My eyes are miserable, and I'm lucky that I even got contacts in today, so we're not going to push it so that I can film the Nordstrom anniversary sale tomorrow with full glam. So these are the 2 that are in here. The Thrive is in the brown shade. Beauty Pie only offers black. Then I did throw this Beauty Pie highlighter. I grabbed the wrong thing just in case I wanted to spice things up or to add this to my inner corner. So maybe we'll do that just for a little bit of pizzazz. Just in the inner corner, nothing real crazy. And I'm just rubbing that on my finger just to add a little sheen. You know, sometimes you want to do something that just is purely for indulging. For indulgement, especially if makeup is a routine to you. And like me, you get into some of these like bare necessity steps and you're like, I want to play around. Add a little bit of this highlight. Why not? It's beautiful. This one's the shade Soft Moonlight. I do really like these. And then the last thing I'll probably do is lips. So I'm keeping the Makeup by Mario Smoky Pink lip liner in this basket just to add some definition. And I did apply the Kinship Vegan Lip Jelly Mask while I did the rest of my face per usual. That was kind of cheating because that generally stays in this room. I've got my lips lined. I love this shade. It's so beautiful. And I'm probably going to go through it really quick. I forgot to mention the other brow product that I do keep in here is the NYX Brow Tint Pen, but I would probably use that with the clear. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. Welcome to my life. Then for lips, I was really trying to keep it as minimal as possible. And what's funny is I have the Beauty Pie lip balm in the shade Fresh Squeeze, which is the orangey red, as like a statement lip. If I do that just with mascara or just on its own, it's almost like a play on French Beauty. I have the Give Them La La Beauty Hydro Gloss in Vixen. It's like a pinky nude. Cookie from N Beauty and Berry from N Beauty. Now, all of these are going to get shuffled around. I already had the Love, 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 the nude shade of the Beauty Pie lip balm, and it's now in my purse. So these will get shuffled around, and I have so many lips that I don't mind them living in here for a while. I think just for fun, why don't we do a little red since I'm not wearing any eye makeup, just to add a little bit of fun in an otherwise very basic look, but in the convenience of a lip balm that you don't have to worry about getting all over your face or your things, and you still look put together. Okay, this is the finished look. It is not anything, you know, revolutionary or that you need to probably drop your phone and go do right this second, but it is very approachable for me on days where I just don't have the energy to do anything and I just want to sleep, but I need to be on camera for work. And I will say I am quite dewy, and I hope that I do not regret this because, again, this powder is a little dry, but we're going to keep testing it because maybe I just need to apply a little less. So I'm just going to tap out. I'm barely putting any powder on, and I'm just lightly, like no pressure at all, kind of tapping the areas that are just a little too dewy for me. Mainly just the T-zone. Yeah, I like that much better. And I think the trick is going very, very lightly and barely touching the puff to your skin. So I do think I want to keep both of these. That said, I am very happy with this. It's a very minimal look. It's super beginner friendly, allergy friendly. I just love it. It makes me feel so much better, and I don't feel like I have to be mindful of a full face of makeup on my face. I can rub my eyes if I need to, the whole shebang. But let's go over again kind of my tips around building your everyday can't be fussed makeup bag. Okay, first thing that you will probably need is some type of container for your makeup. Now, I really like this because it has a lid and it also has a mirror so that I don't have to worry about making sure that I'm in front of a mirror. I can pick this up and take it in the car with me, whatever. It's just ready to go for whatever situation life throws. I want to say I have seen these still recently in the Target dollar spot. I think it was $3. I'm very happy with it. It serves its purpose. Can you find other ones? Yes. Do you probably have a makeup bag in your collection that can serve this purpose? Yes, again. But the goal here is to keep products as minimal as possible. You don't want to overflow this. The next thing is to be realistic with what the makeup looks are going to be. I knew that they weren't going to be super eye heavy. I could easily throw an eyeshadow stick in here and just use my finger. So all of that ties into keeping your tools at a minimum. I have 2 tools, one for powder, one for cream and everything else. Both of these can easily be washed at the sink if you're keeping this in your bathroom. I love that about it. However, I do let this dry out before I enclose it because they can get moldy, so don't trap this in something that's not vented. This, good to go, I'm going to throw in there. I love having minimal tools. It's less for me to wash and worry about when I'm going through these situations, and it's also taking up less room in my bathroom. And I feel better about these because while these still can contract the moisture and get yucky in the bathroom, it just seems less intimidating to wash these very quickly even before I use them than a brush. So streamline your tools and then plan for the type of complexion you want. I have kind of like a bare bones day, which is going to be the Rose Inc Skin Enhanced Luminous Tinted Serum plus a concealer. Some days I might not even do that, but for now, I do think I'm going to get rid of the Charlotte Tilbury. It's just not for me, and keep the Givenchy. I still really love this in place of Kosas, but it doesn't replace the Rose Inc on days where I want to be super glam and fab, but it's perfect on days like today. And then the Merit Stick, which is a 2-in-1. This could be your concealer for the day, your foundation, both. Also, if I were to grab this and go in the car, bet your butt I'm using this. So this is going to go in there. Then for bronzer, this will probably switch up as I get my hands on Phytosurgence. However, the Natasha Denona Puff Paint and Tan and the Merit Quince bronzer, the shade is Quince, the Bronze Balm. These are both staying in there. They're just easy. I don't have to think. Then for blush, the reason I have the Natasha Denona and the Phytosurgence is one is a bit more nudie pink, very brown and nude. The other one is a little bit of a bright color if I want to liven my face up, which honestly would probably look really nice with this lip, but we can't go back. Then a nice stick highlighter just to add a little pizzazz if I want to and I'm feeling it, you know. Love that. It is a very nice one if you're a Beauty Pie member. If not, there's so many cream highlighters on the market. Then for brows, I have a pencil and a colored gel, which I'm using today. I was hoping that it would be a little easier. It's not my favorite brow, but something like this is perfect. Is my lighting changing? Yes, apologies. And then the reason I packed these, which I forgot about until now, is the clear brow gel from Kosas with the NYX Professional Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. This is for a laminated brow, and these two products work really great for that. And I loved this look once upon a time, so I was hoping to kind of bypass needing my other brow products to just use these. Then I have my little sample of Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to continue to use this because I think today's technique worked much better and I don't feel dry and tight. But once I move through this, I'll probably pop in the Well People powder here. And then for mascaras, I'll keep these two. I want to use them up. Today is not a day where I can wear mascara. We love allergies. And then for lips, I love the Smoky Pink pencil. It's perfect whether I just want to wear a gloss or a color like I have on today. It's just nice and it's small, compact. It fits in there. I'll go through it quickly and it'll get the use that I want to put it through. You know what I mean? I'm trying to use my products up. Then for lips, it's going to cycle through, but I like having these balms because moisturizing just like a balm, it's not going to migrate and fuss about if you want to wear a brighter color. And then, I love my N-Beauty lip glazes. Again, super comfortable. The colors are fabulous. The smells lift my mood. They just bring me joy. And I just wanted to test more of the Give Them La La Beauty. So that's what's in there. I also included the Auric Plush Ritual Lip Mask in Bare. I am continuing to use this, but it's going a little slower now. I honestly might even switch over to this. Let's do that. We're doing it. I know this is a little chaotic, partially because I'm getting ready for a meeting, and partially because that's just who I am. All right. Lined with the Makeup by Mario. Oh yeah, I needed a little extra moisture today, and that feels lovely. Frank is snoring. Aw, yeah. See, it's even more like demure now. But that said, there's everything that fits so nicely into my little box that I keep under my sink. And on the days where I just cannot be bothered, I know that everything's in one place and it can take very, very small amounts of time for me to throw it on my face and get ready. I hope this is helpful. Is my hair a mess? Yes, we're embracing it today. I hope you're doing well. I am hoping to film the next video with these nails because someone commented, thank you. They got these new colors in. And you can't tell me they're not so fun for summer, and I needed a whole rainbow. Also, happy belated Pride, I just love it so much. So hopefully, I'll see you in the Nordstrom video. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being patient with me. Things are just kind of nuts right now. I'm not feeling the best. I'm doing my best. I know that you understand, but I genuinely miss filming, posting, and interacting in the comments with all of you. When I don't get to do that, I'm like refreshing the page like, can someone comment because I want to talk about makeup. Ooh, it's true. And also there are a few of you that I've been talking to for so long now that it's like we have to keep it up, you know what I mean? So I hope you're doing well. The Nordstrom video is coming. Another video that's coming are recent outfits, and then we're going to dive into just a whole bunch. I've got some color theory videos in the pipeline that I'm planning, how to create your own style, my style journey. All of that is being planned out right now. I've got a stack of old photos so we can go through these eras of my life, and I'm just so excited to film some of those. I just need to let my body recoup from all of this pollen and matter in the air that is driving my whole body crazy. So I hope that you're doing well. I hope that the air quality is not impacting you. If it is, hugs, big hugs, because I get it. I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you hopefully in the next one, which is the Nordstrom anniversary sale, my favorite time of year, All right, I need to sign off. Talk soon. Bye.